fucking around, my boy. Man. No, that's get piece of shit. Yeah, that's my I got time, baby. Piece of shit. Jaheim. That's exactly what mother. That's how Kevin. I'm passing by. I see y'all better knock each other off. That young man started running this way. I ain't got no time to see no more. I tell my son in that game. They don't really get a time.
So you know a little bit more about this Jaheim McMillan situation. Obviously another seemingly unarmed killing by the police. So I want to let you kind of...
Yeah, so this one happened in Gulfport, Mississippi last week. Outside of a Family Dollar, a group of guys get pulled up on by the Gulfport police. I think the other guys take off. According to the police, the suspect was armed, and I love how they always put these stories together. There were shots fired. One of them hit the assailant.
What? What?
Are you so, and I'm talking to the news stations, are you so addicted to sucking the teat of the local police departments in your areas that you can't even say that they shot a person? You can't say the cop shot the bad guy? I mean, I know that's the narrative you're trying to build anyways. Why won't you just say it? There was a bad guy there, he had a gun, the cop shot him. It's like even the media apparatuses are trying to protect these guys.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. All right, so hands up, right? Guy gets shot. There are multiple eyewitness accounts that say that this man had his hands sky high, had no gun,
so
wasn't even asked to show his hands.
My immediate question is, if said person has their hands up, which is an international sign for surrendering, even if he is armed, where's the threat?
There's no threat. We know there's no threat. Now the here comes the dirty work of the infrastructure in place. They're not trying to release the body cam footage until the end of the year. There was a very vocal witness in the crowd who told us exactly what happened. Right? Now, before I tell you, the makeup of this fella, let me tell you what he said happens. He says he was coming in to the Family Dollar, pulling in. All of a sudden, he saw the cops swerve in and pull up right to the boys. The dudes took off in opposite directions. The guy in the middle put his hand straight up and didn't move. The cop didn't even waste a second, pulled the gun, and murdered him, is the words he used. Murdered him. Cold-blooded murder is what he called it. Right? They even at some point during the recordings of the aftermath tell this guy to get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, just leave. Like, you causing problems. Like, go. Didn't arrest him or beat him, but it's probably because of this next part.
Oh, also, why are we telling eyewitnesses to get the fuck out of here?
Well, because we just murdered somebody.
Yeah,
we need time to plant a weapon.
Man saw the whole thing happen. Get the fuck out of here.
And it happened outside of a Family Dollar, so there's zero. Oh! The security footage from the Family Dollar has been deleted.
Wow.
Yep. The security footage.
Oh my God.
From
yeah,
because Family Dollar
it happened right in front of the place, so of course they have camera.
It was gone. It was there the day before. Now it's gone.
That is crazy. So now we're O-dogging the situation.
Security footage gone. Body cam footage not released.
Kill a person, you go to the back, you take the tape and get rid of it. That's crazy.
So, the eyewitness that I was telling you about, the one that they told to get the F away, old white guy wearing a Blue Lives Matter t-shirt. How bad do you have to be? Right there on coastal Mississippi, right? So, I guess not as backcountry as you think it is. I've been to Gulfport. It's country, but it's not what you think about typically when you think about Mississippi. A lot of shops, malls, casinos.
Yeah, if it's coastal,
all on a beach.
You're kind of on a beach. You're not in the country
so
necessarily.
Maybe a little bit more diverse than other parts of Mississippi. But the Blue Lives Matter guy,
that's pretty damning,
is saying that you cold-blooded murdered somebody. They found another lady. I wasn't able to get her name. Well, I don't think they wanted to take her name, honestly, who witnessed it as well as she was pulling into the parking lot.
So you say you saw what happened?
I saw the cop shoot the guy.
Did he have a gun on him?
I did not see a gun on him.
And the baby was coming out the store. Jaheim was coming out the store.
He was coming out of the store with his
and
hands
my other
up.
son with his hands up.
With his hands up.
Officer never asked the individual to do anything. He never disobeyed a command. Says the cop walked right up to him, pulled his gun, and shot him. Said the man had his hands straight up. He never ran, never tried to flee, never went for anything. Shot him. Another white lady.
The fact that the white people down in Mississippi are telling you it's cold-blooded murder
Like, fam,
says a lot.
Maybe this is just the most topsy-turvy part of Mississippi there is, which it's not. Again, I've been before. You got to be real bad at your job. You got to be real brazen to get a guy randomly walking around in a Blue Lives Matter t-shirt to speak out against you shooting an unarmed black teen. Like, that's the world we live in, y'all. Where even after that happens, like, you know how sometimes people try to set up cartoonish or just very, very skewed scenarios to say how bad something is, but this is a literal one.
It's actually happened.
You'd have to be sitting there with nobody but a old white dude and a Blue Lives Matter t-shirt to see you to get away with this. Quite literally. It's so bad it's cartoonish. So yeah, we're gonna do our part because there has been a media blackout for the families down there in Mississippi. The families have had their Facebooks and other social media disabled. So the social media networks are working hand in hand with the police. See, I always knew y'all was the ops anyways because y'all give our information to the government. But damn, you working with local cops too?
Jesus. So the footage from the Family Dollar is deleted. They won't show their own accounts until the end of the year.
Yep.
And nobody can talk about it.
Nope.
If that isn't corrupt, I don't know what is.
I have the video of the guy in the actually not me, I should say. Shout out to Benjamin Dixon, who's actually on the scene down there as of Friday, I believe. He has some videos of not only the eyewitness accounts, but a lot of the aftermath shots. So we'll get those in here and just, share that story for sure. Yeah. No different than Casey Goodson up here, man. They I think it's obviously a depressing proposition how they kill black men, black boys around this country. But it's even more confusing or can be used as a divider, because if you think about a lot of what, are our younger, newer, more informed black women of these up and coming generations are starting to question things about patriarchy in regards to black men, right? And the privilege that we enjoy. And in all honesty, that's something that I'm still working through myself, because I just, for the life of me, cannot see the privilege in being hunted. We may not be the most oppressed. We may not be the most dismissed or at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder. That very may well be black women. They may be the most forgotten and the most underrepresented. They are far from the most hunted. Now, typical relationship talk person would come on, but who's more? I'm saying it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
I'm saying it creates the conflict because we're fighting two different battles from the same enemy, and then looking at each other like, well, no, we got it worse because of this. Which, I mean, I kind of understand, but then I can understand them being like, no, like, I'm black and I'm a woman on top of that too.
Yeah.
So it's like a double whammy. You would never have to get the latter of that. You would never have to deal with being dismissed or segmented because you don't have a penis, which is true enough.
Yeah.
Which is true enough. I just don't know if that means more than being hunted in the streets all over America. And to that end, it doesn't really matter because both of them need to be fixed.
There shouldn't be a struggle.
You know what I mean? Like, even some of our more intellectual brothers on our side of it, push that more. Like, even if you're going to go to the lengths of defending, black women against patriarchy and having black men check their privilege of patriarchy and this, that, and the third, right? We should be perpetuating the idea that we shouldn't be trying to get down to the bottom of who got it worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not fruitful. Because what it does is it creates a disconnect.
It's very divide and conquer.
Yeah, we're not fixing either one of them while we're arguing about who got it worse, or why you're trying to assert why one or the other has worse. I don't think you're necessarily doing good work if you're saying that black men have privilege because of patriarchy. End of sentence. I don't think you're doing the work. I think you're playing to a crowd just like the incel guys. There's got to be some balance in that, man. Don't let us, in lieu of our sisters getting better footing, it shouldn't come at the expense of us forgetting about the brothers getting killed in the street. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We got a lot of problems in this community. Shouldn't have to put one on the back burner to solve the other.
Yeah.
That's problematic.
Yep.
Coming out of anyone's mouth, an incel or intellectual.
Being that we're on the subject of, unarmed killings, recently, I think a couple of days ago, I just looked up some updates. Andre Hill's case, or I guess Adam Coy's case for the killing of Andre Hill has been moved to November from March, which was the last update, because I guess bro had some kind of hip surgery.
By his hips?
Something. I don't know. It was hip surgery or back
By his
surgery or some
hips.
shit. And so
He can sit in a chair.
yeah. So they're gonna, I guess, start in November, which it's been moved so many times I can't even say that that's definitive. Casey Goodson's, or the trial against, I can't remember the guy's name in Casey Goodson's case, but the trial of that, the family has requested that they stop delaying it. Essentially, that's the update I have on that.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to answer for it because that situation ain't no better than the one that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You shot him in the back with a sandwich in his hands.
Yep.
How long do you have to delay it to make the facts change? I hope that happens immediately.
Yeah.
No more pussyfooting around with these guys.
We'll see.
Give us your thoughts on everything that's going on. First and foremost, I do want to say share this story around because there is a media and social media blackout about it right now in Mississippi. They are not trying to let this story get out and permeate throughout the nation. So please tell anybody that you're talking to, even just a random conversation about this story, so that when they see it, they'll repost it and they'll talk about it. We need to continue to put pressure on these people. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and come back next week for more content.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and reiterate to share this story, and make sure you subscribe. Anytime we get any kind of injustice amongst our people, we like to make sure that we're talking about it.